I strongly believe that Nigeria has the capacity to be big players in the global maritime market, and today I'll tell you why. Although we are not entirely doing bad, but you know something, we are only just standing on the shoulders of falling giants. My name is Gigi the Sailor Man, and of course, here is the Sailor Sound. Now do not forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, and yes, turn on your notification for future compelling videos. Did you know that 60 years ago, Nigeria did not only just participate in global shipping, in fact, we owned it. Nigeria was one of the very few African countries that actually own its own indigenous shipping line. First, let's talk about ports. In terms of capacity in Africa, Nigeria is holding its own. The Lekki deep sea ports and Apapa are ranked 3rd and 5th respectively. We are chasing after Lome, that is Togo. Lome, Togo is the number 1, and we have Abidjan at number 2. Surprising, right? But here is what is most interesting: the flag state. So we know what flag state is actually. It's basically the citizenship of a ship. That is where you register a ship to. Let me explain further. If you have a car, you live in Abuja for instance, any city or any state that you live, you're most likely to register that car in that city, right? So that's what flag state. I'm sure people in the maritime industry understand this. So the flag state, this is, like I mentioned, basically the citizenship of the ship. Globally, Nigeria is ranked 35 with about 7.15 million deadweight. In Africa, we are number 5. So you can see that we are not entirely doing badly. And out of curiosity, one would ask, who's number 1? Liberia. Not just in Africa, but globally. Surprisingly, a small neighbor dominating the world's ocean while the giant of Africa watches from the sideline. Unbelievable. Before I go ahead to talk about the things that Nigeria have, that makes us or would give us the leverage to become big players in global maritime market, let me take you down a little bit memory lane. In 1961, the Nigerian government took 100% control of the NNSL, that is the Nigerian National Shipping Line. We started with just 3 vessels, and by 1964, we had 24 vessels. We were a powerhouse. Alongside Ghana and Egypt, Nigeria was one of few African nations that actually owned and operated an international going merchant fleet. But then, you know how things are. The rot set in. Corruption, embezzlement, misappropriation of funds, and total lack of maintenance. One by one, the pride of our nation was stripped away. All these vessels were sold. The liquidation of the Nigerian National Shipping Line was so chaotic, such that vessels like River Gurara and River Iceberg were indeed the beginning of the end. Rumor has it that some of the vessels that were sold last, they were sold with the entire crew on board. Like I said, it's a rumor that is very popular in the industry. However, what really happened was that some of these vessels that were managed or owned by the Nigerian National Shipping Line were stranded at sea, and in foreign ports they were seized because they couldn't pay their debts. Now you might ask me, I know I just gave you a rundown or a brief history of what has gone down in the Nigerian maritime industry. Now, why would I say Nigeria has the capacity to be big players in the global maritime industry? I will share 2 reasons with you. The first reason is our location. Nigeria is strategically located on the west coast of Africa, right on the Gulf of Guinea. That is a strategic location because we have a direct access into the Atlantic Ocean. This, our location, is a strategic goal. Because of the deep sea port, like the Lekki deep sea ports, giant international vessels can actually drop off goods that can be distributed to landlocked neighbors like Chad and Niger. So we can become a natural transshipment hub for West and Central African countries. We shouldn't also forget that we have a WA, that is River Niger and River Benue, that provides a natural inland waterway for natural and seamless distribution of goods internally. The Nigerian maritime industry has the structure. We just have to use it, utilize it, put it into good use. Finally, let's look at the numbers, the population of Nigeria. Nigeria has an estimate of over 200 million people, of which 60% of these population are under the age of 30. That is an energetic workforce. It's massive. But here's the reality check. Out of the 1.9 million seafarers globally, Nigeria accounts only for about 0.3 to 2.3%, and I think the number is even smaller. That is about 6 6 to 7,000 people. We have the youth, we have the talent, but we are not being represented on the global stage, at least not yet. To wrap this up, I strongly believe and still maintain that Nigeria has the capacity to become big players in the global maritime market. We have the numbers. With over 145 million young people, that is a massive workforce for the maritime industry. We also have a strategic location where we have a direct access into the Atlantic Ocean. That is a strong point for us. We have the Nigerian National Shipping Line history to learn from. And finally, we have the Lekki deep sea port and the Apapa ports. Both are holding top spots in Africa. So you see, we have the potential to become big players. All we need to do is put these into use, utilize them properly. I'll leave you with a question. What do you think? Do you think that Nigeria can actually be big players in the global maritime market? If you were the Minister for Blue Economy Transportation, what would you do differently? How would you revive the Nigerian maritime industry? I'd like to read your comments. Just leave it in the comment section. My name is Gigi the Sailor Man, and of course, here is the Sailor's Lounge. Now, do not forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, and yes, turn on your notification for future compelling videos. Until I come your way next time, stay safe, stay jiggly.